What is going on, everybody? It is TJ Bricks, and today in this video we will be reviewing Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. This is set number 71834, 1,187 pieces, and retails for $100. On the front of the box, we see this Combiner Mech in its glory, along with all of the minifigures fighting, and with our new Season 3 box art, which I love, by the way. On the back of the box, we get to see the mech in its more calm state, so you can actually take a look and see the different pieces of this mech, as it is a 4-in-1, which it shows on the bottom the different kind of steps that you have, or the different vehicle types, which is technically 4-in-1, but really it's not, but we'll get into that later. But overall, this thing looks very, very good from the box. So let's go ahead and get right into the box by cutting it open. Inside of the box, we have 12 numbered bags, along with one accessory bag, which includes Ryu's wings, along with 4 tires. This set does come with 3 instruction manuals, one for the legs, one for the torso, and then one for Zane's little mech, along with Ryu. For this set, this is the sticker sheet, which looks pretty darn good. Really, really nice quality stickers on this one, and very good placements. You almost can't really tell that there's stickers on the set, which I really, really like. Getting into the minifigures, we do have Cole starting us up, who looks beautiful, by the way. His gold metallic, along with little orange accents in it, look fantastic, along with his dual molded helmet, with the little black goggles type face piece that all the ninjas are getting with these helmets, which I'm actually a huge fan of. I think they look really, really good. But he does also have his normal Cole face on the back side of it. On the back, it's nothing too special, but we do see a continuance of that design going on the back, along with a little bit of gold, but overall, pretty nice detail. Cole does come with a prismatic blade along with a regular gold blade, and that dual molded mask, by the way, is really, really nice. I do love it, along with his armor piece. Overall, Cole came out very, very nice. Moving on to Sora, she looks awesome as well. They did a very good job on the figures on this set and in this wave in general. The dual molded masks really win me over. Sora does have 2 face molds, her regular Sora one, and then on the back with the Sora eyes as when she's in her elemental power state. Along with the back, she has her little logo on the back there. And then she does have a printed arm piece, which is pretty typical with her, but it looks very, very good. She does not come with armor, but she does come with 2 golden swords, which is nice, but there's really nowhere to put it, so I kind of wish she had a little armor piece in the back, but that's not really too big of a deal. Moving along, we finally have Pixel back, and wow, they absolutely killed it with this design. The torso print on Pixel is by far one of my favorite. She looks incredible. Even the leg printing is extremely, extremely well done, along with the armor piece. The back looks incredible. She does have 2 faces, one regular and then one with like a little mask, and this Pixel is by far one of my favorite Pixels. She does come with a different type of sword, which is nice. The armor piece, the silver arms, everything looks very, very well done. Definitely 10 out of 10 for that. Next up, we do have Noct, who looks very good. Finally, nice to have this figure with the Forbidden 5. Some nice printing. You know, it's kind of dull, so it's not too popping or anything, but it does look very nice. His face mold looks very good. We only get one of those on him, but with the teeth, it looks, you know, great. Obviously, they did a 10 out of 10 job with that. Back print, just some sort of little logo. I'm guessing it's his logo or the Forbidden 5 logo. And the sword looks very, very nice. I like the little build that they did with this. It's not just like a normal sword. They did a little build with it, which looks great. Next up, we have the Dragonoid Warrior, which we get in pretty much every set from the Season 3 wave, so I'm not really going to go too in-depth in it, but he does look very, very good. I love the print on the front. Of course, you have that little dragon piece on the back, which comes off, which I absolutely love. These might actually be some of my favorite villain minifigures that we've gotten. I think they look very, very good. I love the play features on them with the little dragon, how it clips on, and they look really, really good. I love that sword. It's that different type of sword. It's a bigger sword. The prints look great. And overall, I really, really love the idea more about these guys with the dragon wings in the back, with the dragon face. They look very, very mean and I definitely want to create a big army with that. So let me know if that's something you guys would want to see on this channel. Next up, we have a Dragonoid Scout, which is a little bit different than the Dragonoid Warrior. This is obviously a little higher up in their little class, but this one has the same armor piece as the Warrior, but not the top piece as the Dragon. He has an actual like hair piece, but now I did want to test out and see if the Dragon can fit on the back, since he does have that same back piece, but it does not. The hair does interfere with it. Like, you can kind of get it on, but it's not fully on how it's supposed to be. I'm sure you could, maybe if you added a little two stud on there to bring it out a little bit, but from the way it comes with Lego, and maybe it's not supposed to in the show, it might not, be on the back of him, but this one looks very good. It's pretty much the same exact minifigure, just with a different weapon and a hairstyle piece, but overall looks very, very promising and good. Starting us off on the mech, my first impressions was that this thing is awesome and it's different, which I really, really like. It's a combiner mech, so it's a little bit different. I was very excited to see that the pieces come apart. It's almost like a transformer pretty much, which I really enjoyed the concept of it. I definitely love when they do these combiner type mechs and vehicles. They're just always pretty fun and not necessarily supposed to look amazing, but it's more about the functionality, which I really, really enjoy. But this one, they kind of accomplished both. It's a very hard thing to do, both, a good looking mech along with having it combine into different things. And they did a very good job with it. But let's get on to the legs, which you can't even tell is a vehicle, which is pretty awesome. You do see, obviously, right away, the big tires. I don't have a problem with it. I think it looks awesome because of the tires, and you know that it is a combiner mech. The tires do help balance it. From the back, obviously, it doesn't look too good, but you do have those little exhausts, which look pretty decent on the back there. But the wheels actually do help balance the mech out, so it doesn't tip back, which was pretty nice because obviously they can't do all the things that they do on certain other mechs because it's supposed to combine. So it is a very hard task for these designers to do, and they did a really good job on it, I have to say. I know for a fact it's not easy to do what they did, and so I'm not going to critique it too much because, I mean, overall, knowing what it is, it looks very, very good. We have some nice sticker pieces on the leg pieces, which act also as a windshield. We do have ratchets on the legs. Now, again, not much motion. You get like about one click out of them to do one little kind of pose. But listen, you got to balance it out here. It's a combiner mech. There's different aspects of this that matter other than just movement. We're not looking at it as a mech. We're looking at it as a whole set. And they did a very good job on the bottom half. Getting into the arms side, again, a little bit of movement, which is nice. They do come apart. You can kind of see, the black versus the white. We do have a couple ratchets on the shoulder piece, which is nice. It's a decent amount of movement. Sometimes Zane's legs can kind of get in the way, so you might have to mess with that. But you can see that the arms are pretty in there well. If you push too hard, you could definitely pop it out like I did. But I found that's pretty difficult, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. They do all have hands, which is awesome. Both sides have hands, which I think is just awesome. They did a very good job with it. There isn't really much articulation or movement in the arms, which is pretty much expected. I mean, what do you really expect in a combiner mech? We do have these little like wings coming off on the sides, which I think are a very nice addition, along with all of the sticker elements that you see are very, again, like I said in the beginning, are very well done, and I think they did an excellent job with the sticker pieces. I do like how the right side and the left side are both different as far as the arms go. On the right side, we still do have that other hand, but these ones kind of have some blades coming out of it, which act good as the jet form, which is the second kind of vehicle that this thing has, but it also kind of acts as a weapon for the mech, which I really enjoy. Moving on to the torso of the mech, obviously the highlight of the mech, which is Zane. Now, I'm not gonna say the speculations, but there are some speculations. If you want to know, you can dig it up, but Zane does turn into this mech, obviously at some point in this season. Now, it's weird because he's not really in the mech. He is a part of the mech. How he grips in there is pretty awesome as well, and he does look very good. It's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's different, but I like it. I'm not opposed to it. It does complete the mech, and of course we have Ryu on the top, which also completes the mech. Like, I think both of those really make it what it is. Obviously, they based it around that, but I really do enjoy it. I like the way he's gripped on the back. You kind of have like two heads. You have Ryu as the head, but you also have Zane as the head. So it's definitely pretty interesting. I like the wings on the back that you can see it from the front. It just kind of all works together, which I really, really enjoy. So now getting into one of the main features, obviously, of this set is the combining aspect of it. To take off Ryu, all it is just some Technic pins. Once he's out, and that's the same way you put him in. You just shove him into his Technic pins. Very, very strong. He's not loose or anything, so that's very good. And then to get Zane out, it's a little different than Ryu. Same thing, I mean, you're just pulling it out, but it's not Technic pins, but it's fine. He's pretty sturdy in there as well. Really no complaints. And now you can kind of see the mech is starting to look weird. Once these two guys are out of there, the mech is looking pretty bland. Now, obviously, the Zane isn't super articulated or anything, but it's a little miniature mech, a very miniature mech, like something we'd not even see in like a 4+ miniature. Not much to him, but you kind of have to transform him to get him out of and into the mech. Now we're going to take off the right arm and the left arm, which I displayed earlier by accident. How you take those off, all it is just a little ball joint. And now we want to work on the bottom half. And now we're going to separate the top and bottom half, which you just pretty much everything on this, you just pull apart. Again, the top and bottom half are combined on these ball joints. Nothing too crazy there. And now we're going to work on assembling the vehicle part of this mech. So to do that, we're going to push both of the legs together. And now there's this little mechanism with the wheels that you just kind of pull up. They're little ratchets. And then it also acts as the exhaust on the backside. Now we're going to flop the legs down, kind of acting as boosters on the back. Those are just on a ball joint as well. And then you're going to turn down the kind of torso area to act as the headlight and the front of the vehicle. And now that does not look half bad. That was just legs to a mech. That is now a vehicle. So I think that is pretty darn awesome, and you honestly couldn't even tell. If you didn't know, like if you just saw this vehicle, you'd be like, oh, that's just a Ninjago vehicle, okay. But no, this is actually the legs to a mech. We got very nice sticker usage. We have the little, I guess, either exhaust or actually weapons on the front. I thought they were exhaust. Those aren't. Those are actually weapons. We do have a spot for one minifigure in it, but the other one is actually a gun or stud shooters. You know what I mean. We do see the sticker usage on the red and the bottom of it. Like I said, I really, really like the sticker usage on this set. But overall, I think the vehicle is very well done. Moving on to combining our jet. So we get a land vehicle and we get something flying. You want to go ahead and move over the shoulders around and kind of tilt them in a little bit. And then on the front, you put the one with the shield piece on the front, and then the back is the booster piece. Now, if you saw the mech, you kind of guessed that that's where they went. And then you also want to just click in the shoulder pieces a little bit more so it's tighter to the jet front. But the only real complaint I would have with this jet is the front windshield piece, how it doesn't close all the way, but the back looks pretty okay. Again, it's a combiner mech. It's not going to be perfect, and I know that. But if I had to give it a little critique, it would be that I really don't like the front windshield piece. It just kind of looks stupid and like it doesn't close all the way. But, I mean, it looks pretty good with the wing pieces. We got the little single jet on the back. I'm very curious how it looks in the show and how it's used and how we get to this point. But again, sticker usage, very nice. I keep saying it on this set because I actually really, really like it. I don't usually like stickers. They did a very good job on this jet. Swooshability, 10 out of 10. Looks awesome. And there we go. There is the jet front of the mech. Moving on to our two little side miniature figure/builds, we have this Mech of Zane. So very interested in seeing how this plays out in the show, because it's obviously not going to be a very big mech. So, because if it was a big mech, he would be bigger. This is pretty minifig size. Like, he's not that much bigger than a minifig. Obviously, he's bigger, but it's not that much bigger like a mech. It's almost like this is how he's going to be in the show, which is very weird because we also do have a regular Zane minifigure. So, I don't know if this is going to be a suit. We just don't know at the moment. The mech obviously isn't very articulated. It's very geared towards this set, obviously. You kind of have to transform him to go into a pose to go into the mech, but I think overall he looks pretty good. Nice sticker usage and isn't too bad. Now we do have our adult Ryu, who looks awesome. This is personally my first adult Ryu, and this thing looks pretty good. Very articulated, huge wings, which I absolutely love. There's a spot to put a minifigure on top of him. We do have the nice Ryu headpiece mold, which looks great. Some nice sticker elements on the side to give him that little texture that he has, and it looks pretty darn good. I like the colors. They didn't do a half bad job with Ryu. Obviously, I don't really have too much to say about him, but he looks pretty solid. So everybody, that is going to be my review of Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. Now, obviously, this isn't one of my favorite mechs, but being what it is, a combiner mech, it's definitely up there. I think it was a very, very cool concept. It looks pretty darn cool on display. Obviously, it's a little, flimsy to play with the mech. If you want to play with just the mech itself, it's a little hard to, move around. But that's why we have something like the Coles mech for stuff like that. Being what it is, a combiner mech, I think they did a 10 out of 10 job with it. Great minifigure selection. And overall, I think I'd give this set at least a 9 out of 10 for what it is. It is very cool, very good looking. I hope they continue stuff like this. Right now, Ninjago's on a roll with their sets and the season. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to smash that like button, and thanks for watching.